Okay, so it is, what is it, 6:36 a.m. Wednesday, October 30th. I've been up since about 12:50 a.m. Um, and since the video that I last uploaded, I don't even know if it uploaded or not. Just been paying attention to the different magnetic shifts and sensations and things I've been feeling. Then I noticed something intriguing. Man, there's so many different things in my room that I've been testing out and trying and all kinds of stuff. So I remember at one point I had got this idea that I was like, I'm gonna put, because I was reading about how you can basically use mirrors to help reflect, energy and whatnot. So I was like, oh, okay. So what I did was I bought these like cheap mirrors or whatever, and then I taped some neodymium magnets to the mirrors to pull apart, right? But because of the strength of the the four in total magnets, they hold together. And then what I would do is I would basically rotate the mirror around and wait until I feel thermal changes. And the thermal changes I would feel on the mirror, or like right now, as I move it around, I could feel like heat, but not heat from my hand. The heat feels like it's like attaching, or like it's coming from the magnet. Now, magnets only produce a magnetic field, but once you add an electrical current to a magnetic field, it then produces what? An electromagnetic field. An electromagnetic field also produces heat. So, as I'm moving it around, I could feel heat generating and building up. So I'm like, where could it be pulling this heat from? So I also realized as I move it around, it actually pulls in a direction of where some of this electrical current could be coming from. Now, mind you, that is an LED light bulb in there. I'm in the process of actually changing out all LED light bulbs in my home back to incandescent, because LEDs are basically weapons. LED light bulbs are basically weapons. Forget all that stuff about talking about how they're trying to conserve energy. Nah, LED light bulbs are basically weapons. Anything with LED is basically a weapon. A weapon for them, since we don't know how to weaponize LED ourselves. But because they already have the infrastructure up where they can weaponize LED, whether it's whether it's these street lamps or whatever, right? But I feel this energy build up into the magnets. So I am now aware that it is absorbing or picking up a charge. The charge is in the air. Now, this is something else that I kind of stumbled upon tonight, right? So here, I have what is a magnetometer from this app. Hold on. This app is called Firefox. It basically gains access to all of the different sensors and stuff inside your phone. It's actually really good. I haven't really dabbled with it as much as I want to, because I've been, too distracted with trying to maintain normalcy, I guess. Yeah, man, like I really do struggle with trying to focus on what's considered normal things, because I mean, it's hard to want to just focus on normal things when you're aware that there is a whole conglomerate, a network of people using technology to basically destroy your life slowly. and then strip you of all your resources. And then once they get you to a desperation point, they then try to throw on some more torment on top of what they've already done, if they don't just go ahead and kill you, right? But anyway, so I went to the magnetometer, right? I'm not going to use the calibrated one, but basically, well, here, I'll even. Experiment info. Okay, get raw data from the magnetometer. The magnetometer is quite sensitive as it is designed to measure the Earth's magnetic field to act as a compass. However, it is always exposed to internal fields from the electronics in your phone, which lead to incorrect results. Therefore, Firefox tries to get the calibrated magnetic field from the system. In some cases, you might not get any data if it is not yet calibrated, for example, after the phone has just started. In this case, you should rotate your phone a few times while the experiment is running. This helps the system to calibrate the sensor. Also, on many devices, not all, you can switch to uncalibrated magnetometer via the menu in the top right corner. Do not expose your phone to strong magnetic fields. Alright. What's this? Oh. Oh, right. I don't got my, oh. Sensor magnetic field. Okay, alright. So, I'll come back here. Now, like it says, it already is aware that it's exposed to the magnetic field produced by all the other components of the phone. I moved it around. Here you can see. Now, isn't it interesting to you how when I go in this direction, it reaches 240 microteslas, right? That's the absolute. 249. Come up this way, drops down to 244. Comes this way, goes to 230. Come this way, 199, 200. Come back this way, 249. Now we're keeping in mind that the lamp is plugged in. Boom. Right? So here, we're most likely measuring the strength of the electromagnetic field being produced by the lamp. Right? Then now, what I'm going to do, I don't know if this is really going to show much of anything, but so take this. So I guess I'll just call the numbers out because I don't know if I'm going to be able to see. So right now it's showing 238, 237, 237, 238, 237, 238, 235, 234, 234, 233. Now, as I'm moving the phone around, 223, 216. 217. Let me see, what's this one? 208. 201. Now, as I'm moving this phone, right, notice the numbers are going down, but I'm also feeling pressure relief inside of my brain. 193. Now, you see where my phone is at now, right? 186. When I get up here, it feels like now something's pulling off of my head. 214. Come back here. 207. Come here. 204. Popping in the ears. Now it feels like something pulling out of my ear. 193. What's interesting though is earlier when I was trying to measure to see, like, so because there was a resonance on my right testicle that they had from the phone and then like some other things in here. So what I did was I had put the phone in a certain way. I had put the phone in a certain way, and it was, I think it was before it started showing like this 200 numbers and stuff. I had calibrated it a different way, and then all of a sudden I was getting 0. Right. So you see how that z-axis just turned to like 0, 1. There's still a resonance on my right testicle though. And it's funny because as I'm doing that, I could feel it in my right hand. It's as if like a string is attached to the phone, and I could feel it moving across here, across my right hand. Yeah. So it's like there is a resonance happening here. Notice how, now watch the z-axis. 0, right? 1, 3. The z-axis changes when it passes over what? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, no. 5. This is the throat chakra here. That's what I've been counting out. Now I feel like something is being pushed off or relieved on this side. Alright, so that's that. Now, what I'm about to do next is even more interesting. Okay, so now I got this. Now, see the 242. Now look how far I am from it, but you see it. You see how it's changing. See how it's changing the number so rapidly? I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna start off holding it like this. See up close. Oh. Right now here the V2K, they still up, or at least their digital twin. They're like, Chris has no idea. He's snitching on everybody. And then the Orly keeps saying he think his emotional energy is going to save him. He keep thinking his emotional energy is going to save him. He can't save nobody. His emotional energy ain't going to do nothing. Alright? Subtle energy. Subtle energy. So, there's a resonance between my phone and my body. But then I think they also have one kind of forming or connecting with, this is my mother's phone I'm using. And I believe they have a resonance between her phone and my body too. Now, as I move this around, you can see that I am changing or interfering with something. But yet my phone is several inches, let's say 2 feet away from me. My phone is like 2 feet away from me. Now, this is all I'm doing. See. Now what I'm also feeling is heat. I'm still feeling heat hitting the mirror. Pay attention to that Z-axis. Luckily for me, I'm used to this part, where I'm used to hearing all kinds of noises and stuff. But it's almost 7 a.m., so people should be up by this time anyway. Now you see that? How it's fluctuating between the 0, 2, 3, that Z-axis. I told you watch the Z-axis. Now look. This is all I'm doing. This is all I'm doing along my chakras. All along my chakras, this is all I'm doing. Just going up and down with it. Up and down with it. And then the 0 point is when I hold it here. I hold it here, when I hold it here, there's an insertion of where they're sending energy into, and it's here. As I'm tapping my forehead right here, I can feel the pulse on my middle finger here. That's where the 0 point is. Now, even with that have fallen over, and it changed numbers, I can still change those numbers, right? You see how it goes 22 to 25? Same thing. I'm just moving this up and down. It's like what I'm feeling is like, so I think this magnet on this side is basically absorbing maybe data that's coming out of the body. I think there's like a junction or something that's up here, and from this point here, there's like different branches that, like, you got a resonance that goes to the phone here. There's a resonance that probably goes to my mother phone. There's another resonance that goes to the lamp. Then you got a wave, an energy wave that kind of comes from this junction that's going to the right testicle. Then there's another wave that's coming out the lower right side of my back that comes up here. Then I mean, there's a whole lot of things happening right here, but this isn't every single person though. I could take my hand and wave it over the right side of their brain, and I will find the same junction on every single person's head. And it's funny because I try it on people who don't know nothing about Target, and I haven't even told them anything about Target. All I would do is I would just be like, hey, come here. And then I would just put my hand above the right side of their head. Like, literally, I would just be like this. I'd be like, do you feel that? And then they were like, wait, I do. What are you doing? And they look at me surprised. They be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just moving my hand. I'm just moving my hand. He's like, how am I? And they always ask, how am I feeling that if you're not touching me? And I'm like, aha. You know, so they can only hide this stuff for but so long. They can only hide this for but so long. And to their understanding, they're thinking, oh, everybody waiting for you to die, Chris, or everybody waiting for you to go to prison. I'm like, that's not going to stop nothing. Do you know how many people like me is out there? Do you know how many people that's out there that knows more about this technology than me? Killing me or putting me in prison ain't going to do nothing. That ain't going to stop what's happening. At the end of the day, God already has everyone down. God has everyone down. So it doesn't matter what you're doing in the three-dimensional world or in the 4D, 5D, whatever, dimension that they're operating in. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Your intentions send out energy all throughout the universe, and each energetic entity that is operating in this universe, they're all picking up on your signals. If you are a murderer and you take enjoyment in killing people, every entity know you like to kill people. Every entity, So it's like, if you're a rapist, every entity knows you're a rapist, and it's crazy when you think about it. When you think about what they do with V2K, they're projecting. With V2K, they project the very things that probably make up them, or they project the very things they know people um, would hate or dislike or whatever, and then they project these things into your mind. If you got V2K, they basically project all the things they know people would condemn and hate, and they try to project it into you by repetitive, by being repetitive, constantly saying that you're this, you're that. Then also on top of that, they stimulate you so that you actually reflect the symptoms or the mannerisms or the whatever, the behaviors of someone that does certain things. So it's really, they're not only just mind controlling the TIs, but they're mind controlling the people watching. And then what makes it even worse is that some people don't even care about the information that they're getting. They just know that at the end of the day, they good. They family good. They kids good. Ain't nobody doing nothing to them, so they good. Man, I'm glad I've been studying esoteric things, because I realize ain't nobody good. Because and with all of them thinking that they're getting away with something, they're not getting away with nothing. When you leave when you leave this earth, only your body is leaving this plane. You still gonna have to catch something. There's a lot of people, it's a lot of bodies dying out here. But when you think about how many new bodies are coming into the earth, you gotta kind of wonder, are souls being reincarnated? Because for as many bodies that keep dropping, and remember they've been talking about depopulation for a long time. For as many bodies that keep dropping, more souls are being brought back into the world, or more bodies are being created back into the world. Question is, how many of these souls that's being reincarnated are benevolent? How many of these souls that's being reincarnated are malevolent? But that's entirely up to God, right? I'm not going to think that man can control which souls can come back into this dimension or not. But that's a whole nother discussion I haven't even really studied up on enough for me to really talk about. But I just wanted to record that little thing that I noticed about these magnetic fields that are around my body and whatnot. Been up for 6 hours, and I'm glad I ain't got to work today. But anyway, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.